All right, we can call the meeting to order now. And first item on the agenda is the agenda. Is there anything you'd like to add?
Yes.
Personnel item enclosed?
Yes, sir, please.
All right, so that'll be C. And would somebody then like to move the agenda as amended? James? Adopt the agenda. All in favor? Opposed? That is carried. And moving on to accounts payable. Would somebody like to move for information?
I'll move those.
Jim? Does anybody have any questions or concerns? Seeing none. Nope. All in favor? Opposed? That is carried. And then moving on to minutes. We have the minutes of the March 28th meeting for adoption.
I'll move adoption.
James? Any errors or omissions? Something not quite right? Seeing none, all in favor of adoption? Opposed? That is carried. And then item 3, request for decisions. First item A is a special event application for the Whosapalooza, the beer gardens and street dance. It's here for consideration.
I'll move for option 1.
Matt? Okay, any questions or concerns? Seeing none, hearing none, all in favor? Opposed? That is carried. And then B, encroachment permit application, lot 3031, block 2, plan 8150 AS, civically known as 924th Street Southeast.
Vote for option number 1.
Kathy? Any questions or concerns? Seeing none, all in favor? Opposed? That is carried. And C, encroachment permit application, lot 19 and 20, block 8, plan 1117B, civically known as 601 First Street Southeast for consideration.
I'll move that one then.
Jim? Any questions or concerns? Seeing none, all in favor? Opposed? That is carried. And then D, 2022 Alberta Municipalities resolutions. And basically, this is just a request if you think we have something important enough to put together a resolution and send to them. I think we have this month, right?
Till the end of May.
Oh, we have almost a month and a half.
Yeah, May 31st, I think
Okay.
is the deadline.
Never leave it till the end of May, because then it won't happen. So I guess if there's something somebody thought about over the weekend, or keep thinking about it, I think this was more an information item as well as consideration.
If we come up with something, that's something we can bring up on the, at the governance committee meeting, correct? Maybe?
Yeah, there's no problem doing it there. Yeah. And there's always the next council meeting too. There's
Yeah.
2 more council meetings before the deadline, but I think it's good if we come up with something this month, so then staff has time to work the resolution.
Yeah.
Can we just move this for information?
Yeah, I was just gonna do that, move for information.
Okay. Kathy? Move for information. Any questions or concerns? All in favor? Opposed? That's carried. Moving on to policies. Policy number 54 being the electronic sign policy.
I'll move option one, approve as presented.
James. Any questions or concerns? Seeing none, all in favor? Opposed? That is carried. And then policy number 137 being public participation for consideration.
That we approve the policy as presented.
Kathy? I guess the question I have, Shannon, is you changed all the numbers so that even, they go right from the definitions through the whole policy. There's no restart, so is that something new?
That's the format of our policy structure, yeah,
So all of our policies will probably have to be updated?
as we go.
Yeah, okay. Good. All right. All right, any other questions or concerns? All in favor? Opposed? That is carried. And then correspondence, we have a proposed call to action from the National Police Federation for information.
I'll move that
Jim?
information.
Okay, any questions or concerns? Go ahead.
So, it says right here, if you're interested in signing on to the call to action, please reply by 4 days from now. So in here, we have it to receive for information, but are they not asking us for a decision here? Whether or not we want to support them in their endeavor against the provincial government?
Well, I think that is the thrust of this letter.
Mhm.
But I also believe that this National Police Federation is what is now the union of the RCMP, right?
Okay.
I don't believe they were around till they unionized. And so even if we really want the RCMP and we like them, want to keep them, I don't know if going through the union and what kind of weight the union will have with the province.
it's
I think
best
we have to
practice.
deal with the province on
Yeah,
a
fair
separate
enough.
basis. Personally, I don't know what everybody else's thoughts are. but-
Well, I would think that we should not be dealing with the union, that we should be dealing with the,
Yes, I did not realize this was their union.
No, I think that's what they are. Even when they were visiting communities through,
Mhm.
I believe that was,
that was the.
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not the RCMP. And they never say that either, right? They always say they're the National Police Federation.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
yeah, they're representing members of the RCMP.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I think that's why it's here for information.
Mhm.
I think we have written letters, and there may be time to write more, I don't know. but, yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay, any other questions? Seeing none, all in favor? Opposed, that is carried. And then the town of Fox Creek, concerned about their utility rate fees. It's here for information.
I'll move for information.
Oh, Matt? Any questions or concerns? Seeing none, all in favor? Opposed? That is carried. All right, moving on to other, we have a certificate of appreciation from the Redcliff Legion, sorry, so, which is here for information.
Yep, receive for information.
Kathy? All in favor? Opposed? That is carried. And then municipal manager report to council for information. James, does anybody have any questions or concerns?
It snowed last month? That we had to clean the roads?
Did you sleep through that?
Maybe. I didn't remember it snowing.
I remember being quite unimpressed because I had to get the snow blower because my husband was not home.
Just a comment.
And my husband still can't believe I got the thing to start.
I actually did about the bylaws report? So, I was just wondering, cause he breaks this out into all the different categories, which is great, but, like, Barry spends a lot of time assisting the RCMP, I notice in his reports every month, especially this last month, there's 14 calls for that, but is that like part of, as a peace officer then, is that like part of his purview, or is that just because
Yes,
we don't
sir.
have enough RCMP officers in town?
That's part of his role.
Okay, just curious.
Okay, any other questions? I have one question. I thought it was a bit unusual. We're re-roofing the swimming pool and the contract was awarded. And yet we wrote them a check for half the job before they even start. That's not a normal process, is it?
To put a deposit down, yes, it is normal.
Really? 50% deposit before they even show up?
Yeah, to order materials.
Okay. If we do that on all jobs?
Not all of them, but some of them, yes.
Okay. All right. Well, like I say, it was just a question, and I thought,
I had the same thought, sir, so I did clarify that
well,
before.
it's just sometimes, yeah, that's okay.
Keep a close eye
We're
on their
on,
work
we're on
too.
air.
That's why I'm keeping my mouth shut.
Well, I don't know, anyway. Are there any other questions or concerns? All in favor? Opposed? It's carried. Okay, landfill graphs for information. Matt?
I'll move it.
Does anybody have any questions or concerns? Seeing none, all in favor?
I-
Oh,
Sorry.
speed it up, eh?
I was just wondering if there is any noticeable difference in the amount of stuff that we're taking to the landfill from the town since we started this recycling thing.
I don't think that we have that data at this time. I think it's only been a month, Jim, so I wouldn't have that information yet.
Okay,
But it is something that Jason will monitor.
all right. Thank you.
Well, on that same note, does 360 keep track? They must keep track of how many times they come and go, right?
Yeah,
'Cause
I
they bill
reviewed the
us.
first bill today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do they ever weigh it?
Yes,
Because then we'd know how much stuff they're at least hauling away.
yeah. Unfortunately, I don't remember the
No, no,
numbers,
no.
but it was in 3 categories
Okay.
today
Okay, no,
that they noted on the
because then maybe
invoices.
there's a way of tracking it both ways, so.
Yes, yeah.
Because I think a lot of people that would recycle already were, even though it was going to Medicine Hat. So you may not see a total drop-off in landfill
It might not be
amounts
correlated,
because
yeah.
they could have already been taking it out to somewhere else anyway.
Oh, absolutely.
But if they're keeping track of what they're taking out, then at least we know how many, we might know
Well,
what's.
we'd have an idea as to whether it's actually endeavor that pays to have it here or not.
Well, I don't think it'll ever pay.
It is
Well, no,
self-funded.
not in dollars and cents, but I
Yeah.
mean whether it makes sense
Oh.
to have it.
Don't you feel fuzzy?
No?
So did you say it pays for itself?
Yeah, there is a fee on your utility bill for the
Yeah,
recycling.
we pay
people.
for it.
We
Oh.
pay
In our
for it,
utility
yeah.
rate.
Apparently I read my utility bills.
No. Anyway, okay. Any other questions? All in favor? Opposed? That is carried. And council, important meetings and events.
For information,
Kathy? I was wondering if we couldn't put other things on here, like pitch-in week, because that's an all-week event plus a Saturday thing. That's not on here. Another thing, well, the fully accessible federation, like, there's those kind of weeks. If we put them on here, would that be too many things, you think? Because I know some months there must be 4 things in a week, but, like, I'm not saying National Tartan Day or Newfoundland Day or anything like that. I'm talking just bigger events. Okay. Well, I know these are mainly just dates, but like I say, I know pitch-in week is coming, and I see as many times as it's been posted in Facebook, somebody still asks, when is it? And, yeah. So if it was on here, if somebody ever looked at our minutes, they'd see that as well.
Yes, sir, we'll have Chris.
That's a big if.
That's a big if, I know. Like, all 2 people are here now, and he's on his phone even.
I was just gonna
So
say, I'm pretty sure they're all in the room.
It doesn't even matter.
He's videotaping you.
Oh, okay. Is that what he's doing? Anyway. Okay. We weren't talking about you either, Matt.
Oh, I thought you were. I was just kind of waiting for you to bring
No,
up
no.
my birthday to go
We
in there,
have
so.
we have 2 people in the gallery, so that's why nobody's watching us.
Looked like you were looking at me, so.
No. Okay. All right, so Kathy moved those. All in favor? Opposed? That's carried. And short recess to clear the room, and then we can go into closed.
All right.
All right.
Okay, so I'll make the motion about the, whatever you wrote down, Phyllis.
Agreeable to the sale of 2 lots conditional on the removal of a water service and consolidation.
That's it.
With percent responsible for the cost.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
All in favor? Opposed? That's carried. And adjournment. Jim. 7:39. All in favor? Opposed? That's carried.